What is up, my friends? This is the TheAireaidLord, and this is a gaming update for April 16th, 2012. I just want to say before I get into this gaming update that this is going to be a gaming update that is going to cover this week and also next week, okay? Because this week there are no games coming out and there's basically nothing going on my channel. I'm almost taking a little bit of a break on the channel for this week. There's really nothing happening. No new games, no nothing, alright? Next week, finally, a game comes out that I've been anticipating for a very long time, Prototype 2. As you can see, it's being sponsored all across Xbox, of course, with all the fucking advertisements they put all over the dashboard. But anyway, yeah, so Prototype 2 will be next week. I'll be talking more about it through the gaming update. But I do want to say that this gaming update is going to include lots of exclusive information, lots of things that are going to be long-term, including stuff that's going to be going on during the summer, stuff that's going to be going on including projects that I'm doing with friends of mine, and also some other cool things, okay, such as gaming conventions. So I do want, if you're interested and you want to know information on my channel, really cool stuff, I highly suggest you stick in with the entire gaming update. I don't know how long this will be. Usually I just play it by year. Sometimes it's 20 minutes, sometimes it's 25 minutes, sometimes it's 17 minutes. Really, it's just, if I can get everything out that I need to get out, then it'll happen. But if not, then it'll go longer, okay? So first of all, these advertisements are driving me fucking nuts. So, you know what? My God. Like, I don't know. I mean, there's like really no pages on this dashboard anymore that just, everything's moving. Like, everything is in fucking slideshow, and it makes my head hurt. Because I'm trying to concentrate and talk, but I see like shit moving on in the background, and as you know, I don't show the camera at my face, even though people know what my face looks like now. I mean, I just don't do it just because I've been using this system for doing updates for over a year now, and it just works, and it's simple, and it's easy for me to do, because it's the same setup that I do for my gaming footage, alright? So enough with that explanation. We're going to go right into what has been going on recently on the channel, and yeah, so let's first start with 2 days ago, or roughly 2 days ago, yeah, it was 2 or 3 days ago, on Saturday, two cool things happened. First of all, I did some co-op footage with my friend Ted, who came over, who was my first live guest in quite a long time. We did the first Modern Warfare 3 DLC collection pack, and this is basically a collection of all of the map packs that have been coming out one by one for Elite members. And if you know what that is, basically for Call of Duty Elite, you can sign up for a premium membership and you get special rewards, such as new maps, new content, you know, unlockable stuff in multiplayer. Now, since I don't play multiplayer a hell of a lot, obviously, I didn't get it. I mean, I don't fucking use Call of Duty Elite. I was never competitive with Call of Duty, so it's a waste of time for me to even download it. But, yeah, so finally on the marketplace for Xbox, they finally released the first 3 or 4 maps to come out, and they put them in a collection. And it was $15, and I know it's overpriced. At this point, everyone knows that these map packs for Call of Duty, whether it be the Treyarch or the Infinity Ward series, is just overpriced in general. But I did it anyway. I mean, if Ted wasn't coming over, I wouldn't have done it, but since he was and we needed something to play co-op, I got that map pack. So we did it. I didn't really take much footage of it, if some of you guys noticed. I only took 8 videos total. My goal was to get at least 1 video for each map, and I think there were like 3 or 4 new maps. So I at least got footage of one of the new maps, like each one of the new maps, and I don't know if it was 3 or 4, but that's definitely something I wanted to do. I mean, it wasn't really a goal of mine to make 20 videos of me and my friend failing, because we were basically passing the controller along since we couldn't do co-op over Xbox Live. So we were just passing off the controller until we got to the co-op, which is actually new ops missions for the co-op side of Modern Warfare 3. And the 2 new missions, one mission is where you have to rescue a bunch of hostages in India from the campaign. And that was pretty interesting because it was basically a mob of 700 freaking Russian soldiers killing us 100 times. And then the second mission is when you have to infiltrate Makarov's hidden base, and you're on snow speeders, which you drove in the second game, Modern Warfare 2, and they bring them back in this game. So you get to drive those, run over people, shoot people, and you got to then you got to infiltrate a base and run out. So it was pretty fun. I do have to say I'm kind of surprised they included those 2 new missions, because as you know from Modern Warfare 2 they didn't include anything. Well, you know, when it was the Stimulus and the Resurgent map pack, it was just freaking map packs. It was nothing but regurgitated maps. You know, what was it? It was one new map from Modern Warfare 1, and then there were like a couple of new ones and stuff. So it really wasn't worth it, and I thought it was a waste of money. I mean, I bought the Stimulus package in 2010, and I played it, and I was like, nah, you know what, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is kind of stupid anyway. So when the Resurgence pack came out, I was like, fuck it, I'm not getting it. So it was just a waste of money, as always, with the Call of Duty map packs. I don't necessarily think that for Treyarch, because the zombies is fun, but I still think it's overpriced. So that's Modern Warfare 3, and then I also was the first guest to be interviewed on the King of Hate podcast, and I do have them in my other channel section, so you can go check them out. And I was the first person to be interviewed on the King of Hate podcast. And basically, if you don't know what that is, I explained it last week in my gaming update, but basically, it's a bunch of forum members on my friend Phil's page on thekingofhate.com, and they're basically forum members who have got together and made a podcast where they talk about stuff that's going on in Darkside Phil's life on the channel with his friends, which would obviously include me, and I was the first person to be interviewed. And it was really great. I think it went really well. Comparing it to the first interview that I did with that voodoo guy, I think it went really, really well. A lot more successful than the first interview I did, because they had a schedule. They went by the book. There were four people doing the interview who were, trading off questions, asking me stuff. And it ranged from, some personal stuff that I kind of shied away from, but I did say some things because, as you know, I'm not very personal on the channel. They talked about my book, they talked about, my YouTube channel, what I do on it, the gaming stuff that I have planned, some of the plans I have with Darkside Phil, and I did reveal some pretty exclusive information, and I'll be talking a little bit about it now that it's out there for everyone to hear since it's live on YouTube. But yeah, I think it went really, really well, and I want to say a special thanks to all 4 of the guys who interviewed me. It was a very successful interview, and one of the guys I'm actually going to be talking about later in this update, if I get to it. I do have a lot of things to talk about, so I'm going to try to get to it as soon as possible. It's a deal I've made between the 2 of us, and I'm going to be talking about it more. So, okay, that was it. That was the 2 major things, my co-op with Ted and also my King of Hate interview. Okay, so now I guess you guys want to hear what's coming up in the future. Well, first of all, I'm going to get the gaming stuff out of the way before I go on to the exclusive interactive stuff that I'm going to be talking about. Next week is the first time a major game's coming out that I really want to play. Now, other than Mass Effect 3, there really haven't been any really good games this year. I mean, we've played games like Syndicate, Twisted Metal. I mean, I just think the games that have come out this year have just been very piss and poor. Last year I thought the games had a little bit more quality to them, but I don't know. This year I think the games are just very poor. The beginning of 2012, these games just don't seem to be hitting hard. So, obviously other than Mass Effect 3, but since I didn't play 1 and 2, I wasn't really hyped for it. So, the game that is coming out next week is Prototype 2, which you saw an advertisement for earlier, but Prototype 2 is a game that is coming out, and I actually played the first Prototype, for those of you who don't know. I actually played it. Very different from some of these other games where I haven't played the original installments in these series. I actually played the first Prototype, which came out in 2009, and I'm really hyped for Prototype 2. I actually played it at New York Comic Con 2011, if you saw that footage. So I'm really hyped for Prototype 2. That is the first game that is coming out that I'm really excited for. So that will be next week on Tuesday when it comes out. So next week will be devoted to Prototype 2. I'll try to finish the single-player campaign. I don't know if there's multiplayer, but I'll definitely do all of the different modes that are offered, and I will give it a final score, okay? So that is basically it. I don't think there are any other games coming out that I'm interested in next week. The only one would be Prototype 2, and there might be some games coming out the following week, which, if I'm looking at my calendar correctly, is actually the 1st of May 1st is actually the Tuesday after Prototype 2 comes out. So holy shit, I feels like only yesterday I was talking about April. So time really is flying, and I know I keep saying that, but life is going by way too freaking fast, and I'm feeling it every day, so. Okay, so that's all of the gaming news, and I do want to talk about a couple of different things, alright? First off, May 18th, there is a game that is coming out that I really want to play, because based on the success of a playthrough that I did in February, I'm judging the success of this playthrough is probably going to be through the roof, okay? Now, let me just start out by saying that a lot of my playthroughs lately haven't been getting the views that they usually get. Now, I'm not complaining that I'm not getting views, don't misunderstand. I'm just making a keen observation. It seems like, for whatever reason, my viewership has just gone down. I mean, compared to late 2011, when there were a lot of blockbuster titles like Revelations and Skyrim and stuff, it seems like a lot of people were viewing those videos, and then ever since, I'd say ever since I ended my Jak and Daxter HD playthrough, ever since I ended that playthrough, it seems like my videos have been in this slump, you know. Twisted Metal, Syndicate, Binary Domain, Mass Effect, all those playthroughs didn't do very well viewer-wise, okay? Now, the game I'm talking about that's going to be coming out is the Ratchet and Clank HD Collection, and this is probably going to ring a lot of bells for people because in February I did the Jak and Daxter HD Collection, which is a collection of games that came out on the PlayStation 2 approximately 10 years ago, and Ratchet and Clank came out the same time Jak and Daxter did, and it was funny, during the period these games came out, there was a lot of competition, and Insomniac and Naughty Dog were joking, and they actually had references in their game. They had references, like in Jak and Daxter you might see a poster of Ratchet and Clank, or in Ratchet and Clank's world you might see Jak and Daxter. So they were friends, the two companies were friends, and they really coordinated, and it was kind of cool that they did that. And yeah, so those were the two series that were my favorite when I started playing the PlayStation 2 10 years ago. So Ratchet and Clank HD Collection is coming out on May 18th. Now, there's a catch to this, okay? Ratchet and Clank HD Collection is coming out on May 18th only in Europe. That's right. A game that is American-based is actually coming out in Europe before America. That is, I don't think that's happened in a very, very long time. I mean, I'm probably wrong. It's probably a game that I don't really know well, but a lot of people, a lot of Ratchet and Clank fans are anticipating the HD collection, just like they were the Jak and Daxter collection, and for some freaking reason, Insomniac and all their wisdom thought, oh, let's release Ratchet and Clank HD Collection in Europe before America. And guess what? America doesn't get Ratchet and Clank HD Collection until September 1st. And that is the worst time to release a game that is a collection of games that already came out, because September is the fall gaming season when all of the major games come out. BioShock Infinite, Assassin's Creed 3, Borderlands 2, even though I might not play it. I don't know, there are a lot of games coming out. I mean, you know, Black Ops 2, I mean, there's so many games coming out later this year. I probably missed like 400. It's ridiculous. And I can't fit Ratchet and Clank HD Collection into the mix. And I know Ted Price, the CEO of Insomniac, was like, oh, don't worry, if you're an American fan, we have a special surprise coming for you. So it's like, okay, not only did you give the big middle finger to your American fans by making them wait 4 months for a game that they should have already gotten, but now only the American fans get this special surprise. Whatever it is, he hasn't announced it yet, but apparently European fans don't get the special surprise. So what does that mean? So both regions of the country are getting the middle finger. The American side is getting the middle finger because they don't get to play the game 4 months until after it was already released in Europe, and Europe's getting the middle finger because they don't get the special surprise that was in store for the American fan. So it's like, that's a boneheaded move. So I have to give the middle finger to Insomniac and whoever helped transfer the first 3 Ratchet and Clank games over to HD. I think that was a really stupid move. So, to deal with this problem, I have actually, you can actually hear this in the podcast, the King of Hate podcast, I actually requested, one of the guys that I was doing the interview with is actually from the United Kingdom. And I actually said, because he actually purchased a copy of my book, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, you know, I have to ship this book to you. Would it be okay if I'm shipping my book to you overseas? would it be okay if I purchased Ratchet and Clank HD Collection in the UK and then you ship it over to me? So then we can kind of do like a wash, like I pay for the shipping for my book, he pays for the shipping for the game, so then I can save some money. And he actually agreed to that. So for your viewing pleasures, I'm going to be one of, I don't know if I'm going to be the only person. I'm sure a lot of United States fans are going to give Insomniac the middle finger and they're going to go buy the Ratchet and Clank HD Collection off of some website that offers it for the UK or Europe. But I'm actually going to be an exclusive member from the United States who's going to be playing the Ratchet and Clank HD Collection when it's not supposed to be released now in the United States. On May 18th, it's only going to be out in Europe. So I'm going to be playing it that week. And yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's freaking crazy that it's going to be happening like that. And I mean, I'm probably not going to get to the game until at least a week after, because you got to consider that the shipping is going to take some time. So, I mean, that kind of works also because Max Payne 3 is actually coming out that week. So I wouldn't want Max Payne and Ratchet and Clank to fight with each other for views. Maybe I'll try to beat Max Payne and get as much done as possible during that week. And depending when my Ratchet and Clank game ships to me, I will immediately do an unboxing video and then start playing those 3 games. The first 3 games are going to be on the collection, okay? So that's my plan. I know that a lot of people, you know, are going to be anticipating this playthrough. Some people might be like, oh, why don't you just wait until it comes out in the United States? Well, you know, I just explained that it's conflicting with other games that are coming out, and it really works. I mean, this release of May 18th is very close to the February release of Jak and Daxter. It makes sense for me to play my 2 favorite games from the PlayStation 2 era around the same time. So it makes sense. I'm going to be doing it May 18th, so I'd highly suggest you guys check that footage out when it comes. I will have more info for you in future gaming updates, but that's the plan. I'm going to be in contact with this guy from the UK, and I'm going to have it shipped to him, then he's going to ship it to me in the United States. So that is the plan, okay? So that way I'll have Ratchet and Clank HD Collection, a full playthrough for you guys, with the European version of the game on my channel, you know, probably the middle week of May. I'm probably not going to be able to do an unboxing of it on the day it comes out, again, because of the fact that, you know, because he's going to ship it to me from the UK, so it's going to take time. So it's not instantaneous. So, okay, I've rambled on about that enough. I'm running out of time. All right. 2 really quick things I want to talk about, or maybe 3, I don't know. First of all, I want to talk about the Too Many Games Gaming Convention, which is being held in Oaks, Pennsylvania, right outside of Philadelphia. And this is a gaming convention that, unfortunately, last year I didn't get to go to, okay? Last year it was the weekend of Mother's Day weekend, and because of that, just that fact alone, I was hanging out with my family and stuff, I wasn't able to go to Too Many Games. They kind of put it on a poor date, to be quite honest. And I just wasn't able to go. And I was actually planning at the time for that gaming convention to be the first time that I met Darkside Phil, because at the time I hadn't met him before. Kineticon was the first time I met him. So I was planning on that being the first time I met him, but it seems like Phil kind of, ran into troubles. I heard that he got stuck in traffic and ended up not getting to the convention on time. So it kind of worked out for the best. I didn't go to that gaming convention, and they kind of got fucked over in the process. But it seems like this year they have a plan, they have a strategy, and I also have a strategy for this. I am going to be going to Too Many Games in Pennsylvania for the 3-day pass, and I also have a VIP pass, which gets me into an exclusive fun house on Saturday night after the convention floor closes, and I get to go to a special gaming little fun house studio place where I can hang out with my friends and have fun. So I think it's going to be awesome. Head to TooManyGames.com if you're interested in the convention. I do know some fans of mine who are actually considering going to it. So I will be selling my novel at the table with my friends. So just like I did at MagFest, the exact same setup. I'll talk about it more in the future, but I just wanted to plug Too Many Games really quickly. That is the next gaming convention that I'm going to. Now that I finished PAX East about a week or 2 ago, the next gaming convention I'm going to is Too Many Games. I didn't get to go last year, but I'm really hoping this is going to be really fun. And I'm hoping to get some merchandise because I didn't get any at PAX, so I'm hoping I can do it at Too Many Games. Okay? So that is Too Many Games, and also, really quick, I want to give you guys an overview of what's going to be going on during the summer. I'm probably going to make a video in the future about this, but I'm talking about a whole bunch of different topics just so you guys know about it. So if you want any more information, I'll make more gaming updates in the future on future dates when there's not much going on. Oh my god. So, summer. What is going to be going on during the summer? Well, last year it was kind of a failure, okay? Other than going to Kineticon and meeting Phil, summer 2011 was pretty much a failure for my channel. The largest reason for that is because I was using a shitty TV and I was in a shitty gaming location, because every summer I go to my summer house with my family, and I don't have the gaming space that I have here. So I wasn't able to film in a good location. So as a result, the footage was choppy. It was all, there were lines going down the screen. The audio sucked. My radiator was always going on in the background, so you could always hear it. So I did like 2 or 3 playthroughs with that shit going on, and I decided to take a hiatus. But this year, rest assured that I have been able to carve out some space, and I am importing my brother's plasma screen TV. He was nice enough to offer his plasma screen TV so I can film on it, because I actually tested it. It has the same quality as this TV. So basically what this means is that you'll be getting better quality and better sound quality when I do my footage this summer for whatever games come out in the summer. So I'm thrilled that he was able to do that. A very special thanks to him. I mean, I see him in person every day, so it's not really like he's gonna be watching this and be like, oh, he said a shout out, But yeah, I'm thankful for that. Definitely this summer I'm going to be using it, and one of the things I'm going to be using it for is a special 4-player co-op gameplay experience with my brother, my other brother, and my father. Basically, these 3 people have all been on my channel in some way, shape, or form. My little brother did co-op for Halo, the Anniversary Edition, back in December and November. And then my father has been on multiple gaming conventions with me. He has been on PAX, he has been on Kineticon, and he has also been on New York Comic Con. So those are the 3 conventions he's gone to with me. And my other brother has been on my Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, the original Special Ops that was shipped with the game, not the extra content, the original 16 missions that came with the game when it was released. He did that footage with me, and we played most of them. So you can go back into my history of my videos and search for those videos, and you can find and you can listen to the commentary of all 3 of these people. And it's awesome that I got all of them on footage, and now with this special co-op experience, we are going to be playing a retro game. That's right, a game that has already come out. 10 years ago it came out. I was almost hoping they would do like an anniversary edition for it, but they're probably not. The game I'm talking about is, of course, Gauntlet Dark Legacy, and now I don't know if anyone knows what this game is, but it's basically almost like the medieval dragons kind of stuff that you would see people playing on those game boards and stuff. It's basically that kind of thing, like the magic and the potions and the orcs and the shields and that kind of thing. It's a throwback to the old stuff that used to be, all that stuff that used to be popular. So we are going to be doing a 4-player co-op experience of Gauntlet Dark Legacy this summer, throughout the summer, basically because there are really no games coming out during the summer. So that is going to be our main playthrough for the summer on the good quality TV, so you won't have to, have shitty quality. And that is coming this summer for sure, okay? Now, I'm hoping there are no games that come out in June or anything that'll conflict. In the middle of June is Too Many Games, like I just mentioned, but for the rest of the summer will be Gauntlet Dark Legacy with my father and my 2 brothers and myself. So that is going to be awesome. It's going to be like a family co-op playthrough, my entire family. Well, actually, other than my mother and my sister, it'll be mostly a family co-op experience, and I think it'll be really fucking cool. The game is very long, but since we're all at our summer house and we all hang out together, it's really not much of a hassle. So that is something else that is coming up. I just want everyone to know, again, like I said at the beginning of the video, this video is to inform everybody about the engrossing stuff that is happening over the course of the next couple of months. I want to put this out there because a lot of people have been asking, alright? And one final thing that I mentioned in the King of Hate podcast that was a huge reveal for a lot of people. I don't know if anyone saw this. The video has about 500 views right now, so I'm sure a lot of my fans saw it. I am going to be an actor on an episode or episodes of Project 7. And if you don't know what Project 7 is, it is basically a comedic web series that my friend Darkside Phil and his other friends John Rambo and Howard have collaborated and created over the course of the first couple of months of 2012. In January at MagFest, they unveiled the first episode, and now they've been working on the next couple of episodes. So I just want to throw that out there that this summer I'm going to be meeting up with them in Connecticut, and we're going to be filming exclusive episodes of Project 7, and I'm going to be in it. I don't know what I'm going to be doing yet, but I will definitely release some information. I don't know if Phil wants a lot of this being spoiled on the internet, but I will release some information if I'm allowed to, okay? So I just want to throw that out there, just like I'm throwing out Too Many Games and just like I'm throwing out my Gauntlet Dark Legacy playthrough with my family this summer, okay? So those are the main things to look forward to for the next couple of months. I'm in 26 minutes. I got to stop the camera. So that is what to look forward to, all right? For the meantime, all right, you have Prototype 2 next week. In May, you have Max Payne 3, and then you have the Ratchet and Clank HD Collection, which I'm getting from Europe, and I'll be playing that towards the later half of May, and if I might have to maybe, I don't know if I'll stop my Max Payne 3 playthrough, depending on how far I get with Max Payne 3, and it all depends. It depends when Ratchet and Clank ships, it depends when Max Payne, how long Max Payne 3 is. If it all works, I'll get to it. So I'll definitely make more gaming updates in the future to inform you guys, okay? So I'm the TheAireaidLord. This video is very long. I thank you for sticking with it, and I will see you guys later for Prototype 2 next week. It'll be a long time, so I'll see you guys and have fun in the time that I'll be gone.